Hello.
So how was your work day?
It's good. How was your day?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I love the weather.
It's very nice weather.
So I know most of the people in this building. And then a spattering of the other ones. Pretty high turnover community. Yeah. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Are you selling a bit more coffee? Yeah, when I first walked into this neighborhood, I knew it was where God wanted me to live. Just so clear, these 4 buildings. About 4,000 people live here. About 1,000 people per building. And yeah, this has been home for 16 years. Good to see you guys. Did you go to the special school today?
Yeah.
How's your day going?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Where are you coming from work or?
Yeah, I'm coming for work.
So 16 years ago in 2009, I'd just come back from a year of travel as the traveling assistant to the founder of a large mission agency. In that year, I went to 6 continents, 20 countries, and 300 meetings in 1 year. And it gave me an incredible view of the world and of the church. And when I came back to Toronto, I moved into an unreached urban poor community. And the Lord began to download to me a vision to see thousands of regular young believers moving in to high needs communities around the world. And then one day I thought, let me put some people in a room and share this vision with them, maybe 30 or 40 people, and 600 people came to that event, which was the launch event of this movement. It's a challenge to young people to consider moving into a neighborhood that they might not otherwise have moved into. A neighborhood with unique needs, with people who may have never encountered the gospel, the good news of Jesus, to move in intentionally into that community and with a team of other people, regular people, and pray weekly with them for an evening or so, and then out of that to serve and be the hands and feet of Christ and to be used by God in the community. So we're focused on 3 groups of people in the world: the unreached, those who live in cities, urban people, and the poor. And there are about 2.5 billion people who are still unreached, who haven't heard the good news of Jesus from the lips of somebody who loves Jesus. There are 400 MoveIn'ers in the world. We're on 81 teams, 53 cities, 14 countries, and MoveIn'ers are the shoulder to cry on for many people in these communities. We estimate that we know 20,000 people by name in the communities that we live in around the world. I've been here for 16 years on this floor. I was single and actually lived in the apartment across the hall for 2 years, and then got married 14 years ago, moved into this apartment with my lovely wife Jessie, and we've since had 2 boys, a 7-year-old Courage and 5-year-old Christian, and this is all they've ever known.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Hi, Christian. Do you want to be on TV? Yeah. I often think of the boy with the loaves and the fish who gave them to Jesus, and he multiplied them to feed a crowd. And that's how I feel about ourselves and about MoveIn'ers, that we give what little we have to God and he multiplies it to change lives. It's surreal to think of how many lives have been changed. We believe that hundreds of people have come to Christ through this movement. Thousands of people have been impacted by this movement. It's amazing to think how many lives have been changed. Hey, Sajad.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. My name is Sajad Hozhabri. I'm in my last year of high school, and I live in Scarborough. So I was born in Iran, Tehran, the capital city of Iran. And I didn't I wasn't allowed to have a birth certificate because my dad was from Afghanistan and my mom was Persian. So my mom and dad decided for my future and my sake to flee from the country. We came to Canada when I was 3.5. We lived in this building for the beginning of our time in Canada, and when I went to with my mom to the laundry room, we actually met a MoveIn-er. His name is Sajad Hozhabri, and he's from Iran as well, and he could speak with my mom because her English was pretty weak at the time. And he mentioned the Bible meetings that MoveIn holds every other Sunday. And so we started attending those Bible meetings, and that's when my mom got baptized and my dad also got baptized. My faith journey is a bit of a different one because I didn't really believe in God. If anyone asked me, I would just say Christian for the sake of saying I'm Christian. The main reason I really called myself or considered myself Christian was because my mom was strong in her faith. I saw my mom's hard work, working for my future and actually borderline injuring herself just for me to have a future and to be successful. So God really reached out to me in this moment of weakness where I was really kind of failing myself and failing my own mother's expectations. And he really reached out to me at a vulnerable time. And that's when I decided to kind of pick things up and, move on, pick up my cross. And I got baptized in August 2023.
So are you excited for your plans after graduating from high school?
Of course. I can't wait for my missions trip. MoveIn is my family. I consider them family because I've known them since I was very young and they treated me very well. They've cared for me, they've loved for me. Yeah, I just learned how to love your neighbors, love your enemies, love everyone. And yeah, just let people see Jesus through you.
My name is Olivia. I am a student or past student at OCAD University, and I live in Crescent Town, which is a neighborhood at Victoria Park in Danforth in East York. So I grew up in a Christian home, Christian family. We attended VBS, my mom sang in choir, and slowly as time went on, they stepped away from faith, so we as a family stepped away from faith. But my grandparents are strong Christian believers, and so a couple years ago I moved to Canada and I moved in with them, and just their unconditional love, their presence, and the time with them really changed me. My grandpa's a retired pastor, and so I could ask him honest questions. We could go to the Word, we could study, and he wasn't afraid of what I asked him. And so through that experience, I really wanted to give my life to Jesus again. So I was rebaptized by him when I was 18, and it was a really powerful experience. I grew up in a family that struggled. We didn't have the best relationships with one another, but through Jesus there was reconciliation that came. I had a new desire to love my mom and to love my brothers in different ways. I became involved with MoveIn because I had a family friend who was part of my grandparents' church, and they hired me to come work with them, a small business but Christian family, and her sister was a MoveIn-er at a patch in downtown Toronto. And so I knew I was moving to Toronto for school. I wanted to live with Christian roommates and people who were following the Lord, and so this gave me an opportunity to grow in my faith, but also to be surrounded by people who loved God, and so it seemed a good fit. So right away, once I moved into Crescent Town, there's tons of kids here, tons of families, and so immediately that was one of our focuses. One of the first things we did when I moved here was a Christmas party, and so being that I love stories, I'm a creative writing student, I got to help write the story and then act it out for the kids. It was a really fond memory for me because it was something I'd never done before. There are different challenges that come I referenced one earlier, but spiritual warfare, the feeling of like what I'm doing is wrong or maybe this isn't okay. And then there are just some of the challenges of you really do want your neighbors to come to know God and you want them to have a personal relationship with Jesus. And so just the challenge of waiting and of being accepting where they are. But I think more than anything, the challenge for me was submitting to God's will in my life, that if He would ask me to come, to be obedient to that. And sometimes that is the scariest thing. You wonder, is this worth it? Is there something better? And every day I just, even looking outside, it's such a beautiful place. It's almost a hidden treasure. And so it really feels more like a privilege than anything to get to be here in that way and to pray for our neighbors.